Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm Whitney Anderson.
And I'm Samantha Phoenix. And we are Calm Radio. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of Gettin Real with Whitney and Samantha.
I'm Whitney Anderson.
And I'm Samantha Phoenix. And the purpose of this show is for us to talk on a variety of topics and just kind of get real with what's really going on. So today's topic is about life and death and how we choose our life and death experience.
Hey, that's kind of crazy, Samantha, because I have a great story to tell you about that.
Do tell. I've got my own death stories.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, it has not been that long ago. I was in a place where I was literally asking the universe to go ahead and take me. Just take me. I said, my body is riddled with every descriptive, superlative pain that I could think of. I was in a bad place emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Everything was just out of sync. My energy was just totally negative. So my thought was, please take me. And finally, one day I was sitting on my bed, and I had one of my visions. And if you've known me for a while, you may know one of the things about me is that I see when people die. I see it happen usually. I don't know, anywhere from a week, 3 weeks, a month. I mean, this has happened many times. And so I was sitting there asking the universe to take me, and I finally got a very calming energy, and the energy said, okay. Mm-hmm. You know, it's time for you're going to go. And wham, I saw a vision of a pile of dirt, and it was a grave site. And I looked, and there was one of those brand new metal grave markers at the front. It had my name, my date of birth. The date of my death was unclear, but it was clearly me. And so I sat there on the bed in a bit of amazement, and finally I said, well, why now? Mm-hmm. You know, why now? You know, I've been asking for this for a very long time. And so I saw, it was like a moving picture show in my bedroom. I saw all the reasons, everything that I had done. It was like a film just rolling in my bedroom. And it showed me step by step by step by step by step exactly what got me to that point. And it was all me. There was no one else to put this on. Mm-hmm. There was no one else to say, but if they had have left me alone, or if they hadn't have done this to me, or if I hadn't have had such a poor experience at this time of my life, or if I if somebody had just stepped in and done, no, it was all me. Mm-hmm. Everything was my fault. And so I asked the universe at that point, I asked, was it too late? You know, just was it too late? And pretty soon, I guess it was about a week later, after I had pretty much conceded that I was about to go because I had just seen a very clear vision. Mm-hmm. I was sitting on my bed again, and I saw another vision, and it was at my graveside again. And my hand pops out of the dirt and grabs that grave marker, pulls up. I grab it with the other hand, and I claw my way out of that dirt. And I pull myself up out of the grave until I'm laying there on top of it. And once my head gets up out of the way and I turn around, I remember just gasping for breath, like, oh! And I was alive. Mm-hmm. And it was as if I'd gotten a second chance. And I've never seen that vision before. And I've never seen it since. But it give me the huge realization that every day that we live, We make the choice ourselves whether to live or whether to die. And if we put the energy out there that we do want to die, well, guess what? We are going to go. But once I decided, I have to say, once I decided, okay, this is a path I want to go down, I think I do want to live, it was a bit life-changing because all of a sudden the things that worried me so much on a day-to-day basis meant absolutely nothing to me anymore.
Freedom.
It is. It's liberating. It is a freedom. All of the people that I was concerned of how they felt about me, or all of the people that I was concerned that may just have a low opinion of me, or all of that went away. And I said, you know what? I am a good person. I know who I am. I know who I can be. That's all that matters. I will be the best person that I can be. If I fall short, I fall short. But I will do my damnedest to be the best. And you know what? Ever since that day, life has turned around. And I have to say that this is probably the best life has treated me in well over 20 years.
Absolutely. And you know, I totally understand on many levels where you've come from. I've been through a couple of my own experiences of, I actually died once when I was 21 in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
I was gone for something a little less, but close to 2 minutes. And my experience during that time was very short, but very profound. And it changed my path when I returned.
Do you have clear memories of it?
I have very clear memories of that. And it's very different from, because the way I've come to understand it, we do have our own experiences based on many different things and our belief systems and our levels of understanding. And I did connect with the mother, the void. You know, it was a feminine voice that spoke to me, not a masculine voice. But there again, it was more about a translation of a vibration that I was in tune with. So the mother vibration, you know, because there really is no masculine and feminine in the source energy itself. And yet there is a balance of both at the same time in the overall process of it all. So in relating to that, then yeah, that is what I connected with. And at that point, I was told I had more to do. So I came back with a sense of purpose that did change my life in many ways as I continued to grow. And then I had a motorcycle accident in 2007, which again was very life-changing, but it was a very different experience. And while everything happened within literally a fraction of a blink of an eye, I was at some point not in my body in the same way, and I was in communing in some way with my higher self, maybe, or
I
myself.
totally understand that.
But it wasn't just me. It was like there was this council that I recall being connected with, and it was kind of like, so in this experience, is this going to be where you stay, or is it where you go? And I chose. Basically, I was like, it doesn't really matter to me, so that will be done. Which for me was quite a thing in itself, because I've been wanting to and looking forward to getting out for a really long time. It just happened to happen during a time where I was comfortable in my life. I was happy in general with things. And so because of that, I was just like, I can stay or I can go. And so my experience from that next point was hitting face first into the car while my bike went under it, and then I bounced off of the car onto the other side, and then so I went through some physical trauma and some things, mostly head trauma.
Oh my goodness, I can only imagine that.
But even in that, it was because I chose an experience of life, and that too set a chain of events in motion in the universe that brought my partner and I together. So on the same day that happened to me, he was checking into the military base close by, and then still did a tour in Iraq before we actually met. But it was like everything happened during that same time. And had I made a different choice, things would have turned out much differently for us both. but because I just allowed things to be, then I've given myself an extension to really enjoy and appreciate things in life that I always wanted to do and never really thought I was going to have an opportunity to do, like traveling the country, having a partner to travel with, to do those things.
Right.
So many experiences that I've had the opportunity to have just since that point of choosing life.
And when you have the experiences, if you're like me, these are the experiences. Now, when I have an experience of this nature, I enjoy it so much more. I mean, I just enjoy life again. Or it almost feels like the first time. It feels like I just kind of woke up from a
exactly
coma,
what you mean.
and here I am, in middle aged, and I've just been born. I'm a fresh creation, but I'm full of vigor and I'm ready to go.
I know exactly what you mean. As I was telling you recently, it's like I've awakened to this appreciation of being incarnated and, having this physical experience in a way that I have never appreciated in any other incarnation. So that in itself is beautiful. And really the truth of it all is that we have this concept of death that really isn't the truth in the concept of our non-physical and physical existence. We consider leaving the physical as this death process, but it really isn't, because that's not our true life. It's a vehicle of an experience of life, but it's not our true life. Our true life is in that essence of energy that is eternal. So we never really die.
Absolutely. And we never have to stay here on this planet. We never have to stay human. We never...
Exactly. Energy transforms in many ways. So once we transform out of the physical into the non-physical, we have many options.
I believe that with all my heart. I believe our creators have designed us so that we can have these wonderful experiences in these different geographical locations.
Well, see, we are our own creators in that, Whitney. There are no other creators. We create these things ourselves. We are the creator and co-creator of all, including ourselves.
You're so right,
But
Samantha.
you know what? That's a topic for another Gettin Real. So thank you for joining us here at Calm Radio.
I'm Whitney Anderson.
And I'm Samantha Phoenix. And we're getting real with you. Make sure you join us for our next amazing topic, whatever that may be, here at Calm Radio.